When you hear people talking about the Illuminati, they are talking about some of the most secretive, powerful, wealthiest, influential, sneakiest, greediest people on the planet. And not only do they have more than 99% of the people on the planet, but no, that's not good enough. See, they want total control.
Just how rich and powerful is Lord Evelyn Rothschild? Historically, the Rothschild family wealth was hidden in underground vaults. The Rothschilds' secret financial records were never audited and never accounted for. Their family-commissioned biographies give the illusion that their family fortune has dwindled, but researchers estimate their wealth at close to $500 trillion, more than half the wealth of the entire world. Besides their many castles, palace mansions, wineries, racehorses, and exotic resorts, the Rothschilds bought Reuters in the 1800s. Reuters then bought the Associated Press, which selects and delivers the same news stories to the entire world, day after day. They have controlling interest in 3 major television networks and easily avoid media attention since they own it. Until recently, they owned and operated England's Royal Mint and continue to be the gold agent for the Bank of England, which they also direct. They control the LBMA, London Bullion Market Association, where 30 to 42 million ounces of gold worth over $11 billion are traded daily. The Rothschilds earn millions weekly just on transaction fees alone. They also fix the world price of gold on a daily basis and profit from its ups and downs. Over the centuries, the Rothschilds have amassed trillions of dollars worth of gold bullion in their subterranean vaults and have cornered the world's gold supply. They own controlling interest in the world's largest oil company, Royal Dutch Shell. They operate phony charities and offshore banking services where the wealth of the black nobility and the Vatican is hidden in secret accounts at Rothschild Swiss banks, trusts, and holding companies. Although Evelyn Rothschild looks like a harmless gray-haired old man, make no mistake about it, Rothschild and his ancestors have handpicked presidents, crashed stock markets, bankrupted nations, orchestrated wars, and sponsored the mass murder and impoverishment of millions.
Who is this guy? I don't know, but he seemed like a nice old man. Nice old man? No, this right here is David Rockefeller. This guy right here, you need to do some research on David Rockefeller. Feel free to do that whenever you get a chance. But people who know about this man right here, they know he is nothing but trouble.
Rockefellers, come back. We don't want your New World Order, you know? Leave Chile right now. Leave Chile. You are not... You're killing a lot of people. You're killing a lot of people. Leave here. Leave Chile right now. Leave Chile. Leave Chile. We don't want your world government. Leave Chile right now.
You heard what the man said. Leave Chile. Why was that man so mad at him? You want to know why? Because he knows the Rockefeller family is for the New World Order agenda. What is the New World Order agenda? Well, that is the plan of this secretive elite, this cabal, to bring about a one world government. And not only a one world government, but a one world currency. And not only a one world currency, but a one world religion to glue it all together, which would mean they would have total control. These small amount of people controlling the whole world has never happened before. What else is going on? Well, depopulation. These guys push for depopulation in third world countries. You can see here Henry Kissinger. Depopulation should be the highest priority of U.S. foreign policy towards the third world. So what they're doing is systematically killing off large populations of third world countries, and they're working to bring America to third world country status. They control the banks, they control the money, they will do it, that is their plan, and eventually they want to have the population down to an amount where they can control all the people. But you know what? You don't even have to take my word for it.
I had a friend, Nick Rockefeller, okay, who was one of the Rockefeller family, and he, when I was running for governor in Nevada, he came to me, introduced himself to me through an attorney, And we became friends. We started talking about things. And I learned an awful lot from Mr. Rockefeller. And one of the things that we used to talk about was the ultimate plan of the banking industry, what they wanted to accomplish. And the goals of the banking industry, not just the Federal Reserve System, but the private banks in Germany and England, all over Italy, all over the world, they all work together. They're all central banks, and they're all part of the Communist Manifesto. You know, central banking is one of the major planks of the Communist Manifesto. We talk about America being a capitalistic country, but yet at the same time we have a central bank that plans everything for us, right? And the graduated income tax is another plank of the Communist Manifesto, right? So right there you have two major planks of the Communist Manifesto that have been brought in because of the Federal Reserve System, okay? So the ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one-world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is given me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, you can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
And that chip's connected to a database that has your purchasing records, what you do, what
everything.
you sell.
Everything is in there, you know? And so they want a one-world government controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips, and they control people. And you become a slave. You become a serf to these people. That's their goal. That's their intentions.
And if you look here, he even tells you this is what he is about. Some people believe we are part of a secret cabal working against the best interests of the United States, characterizing my family and me as internationalists, and of conspiring with others around the world to build a more integrated global political and economic structure. One world, if you will. If that's the charge, I stand guilty and I am proud of it. That's David Rockefeller telling you he wants this new world order. Well, he didn't say new world order. Oh, so you need him to say new world order. Okay. All we need is the right major crisis, and the nations will accept the new world order. See that? So they're going to have a generated crisis like 9/11. 9/11 was a generated false flag event. Oh, you didn't know that? Check this out. Building 7. This building fell on 9/11. Same day that the other two towers fell. Fell exactly the same way. They say the buildings fell down because they were hit by a plane, but guess what? This one wasn't. Why you don't hear about this? Because they don't want you to hear about this, because this exposes the lie of 9/11. It takes a long time to plan for a controlled demolition. You have to rig up the building. It could take weeks or months. And this is what they do. They generate crisis. They cause the problem, and then they pose as the saviors. And you go, oh, I'm so happy that they helped us. Yeah. They're planning on crashing the currency, crashing the U.S. dollar. After they do that, they plan on bringing in their one world currency. You're probably saying, well, I'm not going to accept none of that stuff. Let me tell you. They got it planned out to a way that you're going to think that they're helping you, and you're going to accept it. And they also use subliminals on your TV screen, and they're already getting your mind ready for this new world order agenda. That's why you got to pay attention. But before we break it down, before we get into these symbols, I want you to see this.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
From 1945 and the end of the war through 1989 and the end of the Cold War, we had a worldview. Republican and Democratic presidents alike, from Harry Truman to George Bush, stood for freedom and stood for certain propositions that would make America strong and healthy and grow the middle class and shrink poverty and stand against communism. And after 1989, President Bush said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order, and instead it looks like we got a lot of disorder. And
the affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order, because the global order is changing again, and the institutions.
The majority of people in power are in secret societies, like this one, Freemasons. This is the symbol for the Freemasons, and they use this symbol to identify with each other, to communicate with each other, because they don't want to go over saying, hey man, are you in this secret society called the Freemasons? Because then the person can be like, what secret society called the Freemasons? What are you talking about? I don't know about that. So they use these symbols to communicate with each other on the slick side. Also, it helps them get out of trouble, helps them out in these court cases. They find out you're a Freemason. Oh, we're going to let you off easy. Or you speeding in the car, all of a sudden the cop pull you over. The cop says, oh, you a Freemason? Oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. Like if they get stopped on the side of the road, all they got to do is throw up a couple signs, and then one of their Freemason brethren is going to come pick them up. Yeah, that's how it works. They love using these symbols. And a lot of them are not bad people, but the ones who are in the top positions, they want this new world order. Oh, check this out. They use the symbol to identify the building. Here's a Freemason right here. Look at all the symbols that they use. They love using these symbols. Oh, look who that is. How you doing, Bush? Look at all them Freemasons.